You know what happened here? I don't know what these kids did with the long ruler. They did something because ma'am cannot find it. I forgot to bring mine. I'm going to be doing my class live. I just want to find an angle for all of us. Yeah, I think this will do. Ne? It works out really well. Yeah, important. Yeah, important. You know what? You know how I'm gonna do it, guys? I'm gonna make sure that whatever step I finish, each and every one of us will come here and draft so that you can see that you can draft. Hence, we don't yet have the papers. Ne? It will be okay. Because we don't have the papers yet. Hi guys. Those who have started, I know. Thank you for joining us. I'm not going to be concentrating on you guys. I'm going to concentrate on what I'm doing. So we're going to draft a skirt, ne? Let's start with a skirt, ne? A pencil skirt. Because, you know, out of a pencil skirt, there comes all the other types of skirts. All skirts, they start from pencil skirt. So you alter or manipulate it into different types of skirts. Ne? So it's called a pencil or a straight cut. Ne? Straight cut skirt. So when you are drafting you can see the writing, Muslim? Okay. When you are drafting, you start with, every time when you are drafting, ne? You start with a straight line. A straight line like this. This is called a square ruler. It's the one that helps you to square anything that needs to be squared. Ne? It's either it's up or it's down, but when it needs to be squared, you use a square ruler. Ne? So I'm squaring. Let me square. Let me square. Now the length will depend. Eh? Now, adding the length, we're supposed to have that 1 centimeter rule. That's what we use for the length. Let's say now our skirt is what is your waistline? Your waist is 82. Okay. And then hips zako 109. So your skirt length, you want it to be 50. Ne? So that will be your skirt length. So we are talking about centimeters. Ne? We draft in centimeters, not in inches. Ne? Let me add here. I will be checking out if we'll be able to draft the whole of your skirt in here, or we make it smaller. Let's just see. Because remember, it's cut times 2 each thing. Yeah. It's 1/0. It's 109. Yeah, it will come out. Yeah, it will come out. For the skirts, they will come out here. So what you do is, it's either you will use this tape measure or you will use the ruler. I know some of you like to use the ruler, and I don't like using the ruler. Tape measure is accurate. Yeah? So in your skirt, if your skirt is 82 centimeters, so which means you're going to divide it by 2, né? Which later is divided into 4 pieces. Remember, you've got your front part. Your front part is cut times 2, again. Your back part is cut times 2. But if it's a straight cut, your front is cut times 2 mar on fold. Ne? So if now it's 30 waist it's 82. So we have to divide that 82 in half. Ne? So what is the half of 82? It's 41. Ne? And then 41, we divide the 41 as well by 2. Remember, we are cutting times 2. Ne? So it will give us 20.5. Ne? So this will be divided by 4 in each. Ne? Divided by 4. Ne? So the waistline is 82. So which is when it's divided by 4, you get 21 and a half. Again. So you've got 21.5 centimeters. But in that 1.5 centimeters, you are adding what is called the darts, the waist controlling darts. Ne? So the darts, you add the allowance of the darts. Again. So the allowance of the darts is 3 centimeters. Indeed, it's 1.5, ne? To the back and to the front. Again. 2 here and 2 here at the back. So now you've got 3 or 1 ozomenza. That 3 will be representing one this side, one this side, one this side, one this side, which means what? How you've got 12. Again, yes. So your skirt now is 21.5, but it's no longer 21.5 in the waistline. You have to add 12. Ne? But la 12 now, divided by 4 again. So you'll be putting in 3. Ne? Plus 3 centimeters. Ne? Of the darts. Ne? Which is your dart allowance. Now you've got 21.5 plus 3 centimeters, which is that allowance. So each side of your skirt is going to be now 24 and a half. Do we agree? Do we agree? Yes. Yes. Now, also now with that is your waistline. Also now with the hips, it's still the same. Ne? 109 divided by 4. 33 point? 27.25. Let's make it 27 and a half. Ne? So that we don't argue, we don't struggle with our, yes. So here in the hips, we will make it 20. When we divide this by 4, we'll get 20? 27.5. Ne? 27.5. Here we are adding no that allowance. The only thing that we're going to add is the SIM allowance. Ne? When we are done with the drafting. SIM allowances, you add them when you are drafting a pattern formally. Ne? You make, this is called a block pattern. Ne? There are 3 names that are used when drafting a pattern. Ne? Write them down. Number 1, you draft a block pattern. That's what we are doing here. A block pattern. Ne? And then after the block pattern, we go and in the block pattern, ne? So that's why you're transferring, ne? That's why you're tracing wheel. Ne? We trace that block pattern out of there. And now we put it in something else, ne? In another paper. From that paper now, we start working now, drafting now, adding the SIM allowances. Again, after adding the SIM allowances, we make what is called now a final pattern. Ne? So a final pattern will come now after we are done with the working pattern. Then you draft your working pattern, you transfer your final pattern from your working pattern. The final pattern now is the one that you're going to be placing on your material and you cut with it. 7. The block pattern, you always keep it in your storeroom so that when you are dealing with someone who's got the same measurements, you don't have to draft every time and again. Or else you are dealing with someone who's about 2 centimeters bigger than this person. You just add the 2 centimeters. You don't have to draft. Me, I'm very lazy when it comes to drafting. Mem Kabela is one who loves drafting all the time. Because drafting takes time. That's why I don't like drafting. So when I make a pattern, I make sure that if I draft a pattern, I make sure that I put the pattern in the block pattern. I roll it nicely or I hang them. The best way to keep your pattern safe is to have a place there, maybe there in your wall. You maybe a piece of a plank, ne? A wood, ne? And you put in some nails in there. Ne? You make your hole in your patterns when they are done. Ne? You make your patterns in that hardboard. There is a hardboard that they use for making patterns. You make the pattern and then you drill some hole. You put in a piece of string. You hang it there. That's what I was doing in another training center I was training in because I knew that they're gonna need it. Ne? So even if I'm not there, I'm not selfish. I leave my work there. They can just take the work and use it. Yeah. So I always do that. If I take the time and do a pattern, I got that pattern with my life because I don't have time to draft a pattern every now and again. Drafting pattern is a lot of work. Ne, guys? Okay. Those guys are outside and they are late and they are busy doing a catch up. I'm not starting. Ne? They're gonna learn from you guys. All right. Because they are late and they are standing outside. They are busy yapping. Ne? So I don't do that. Read the Explorer Life. Hi everyone. Hi everyone there. I'm not gonna be okay, Cam. I'm not gonna be greeting all of you guys because I'm busy with the class. You can just join in. I will watch your messages later. Ne? Here am I. Now we are saying here we're gonna use this side that is called centimeters and millimeters. Ne? So we are saying here we are using we're gonna need, what did we say we're gonna need? 23 and a half. Ne? why is this thing confusing me? This one, this side, I don't know whether it's inches or what. This side is confusing. It comes out so small. It's like a half scale. You can use this one when you are making a half scale. It comes out small. Look at the 20 centimeters. So then from here to this 1 centimeter. From here to this. So you have 20 centimeters. That one is good. 20 centimeters. 23 or whatever somewhere here. Wow, 2 No, I'm not. Don't even try and explain because I'm not going there. I'm using the roller that it's landing because it's got 5 millimeters. So we said we are using 23 and a half, not 24, 24 and a half. Here's 24 and a half. Here's 24 and a half. 24 and a half here. Now, in this 24 and a half, remember we said our hips is 27 and a half again. So, from the waistline to the hip, to the hip line, when a person is size your you use 20 centimeters. When a person is about 26, 20, size 26, size 28, size 30, 32, you use 20 centimeters. But as soon as the person now goes upper, you use 23 centimeters. 7. So because you can see. Let me show you with me to make a practical example. Here's my natural waistline. This is my natural waistline. You see where my hip line is? You see that? The prudence of my hips. This part that I need to measure. It's almost at 25. But we take, according to fashion designing, we take 23. Are you seeing? You want to hips and zip? Yeah. So that's what is happening. So now we're gonna go 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters. You make a mark. 20 centimeters. We're gonna make a mark. From that 20 centimeters, this is our waistline now. Salim, look. In machine, look at comfortable. How? Now come closer this side. Come closer this side. Then you can be able to write. Now, from here, we said we're going to do 27 and a half again. 27 and a half. Here's our 27 and a half. There we go. 27 and a half. Now, from that 27 and a half, we're going to be squaring with our ruler, our square rule. We are here, we are squaring. When you are squaring, it's in the line. it must be straight in the line, and then you square. I can see the mark, the notice here. We are squaring until here, up to the mark. Right? Then that's our hip. That's our hip now. Ne? Now we have to mark our that space. Ne? Usually, me, I go about 13 or 15, ne? To place my dart. Ne? You see? And then I mark there 1.5 from this side. I mark there 1.5 from this side. I get this is the center. I get this is the center. Now, the dart can be about 7 centimeters, or if it's a bigger person, you can make it about 9 centimeters, and then let me just see if it's in the middle, because it has to be in the middle. Now I'm making my line here. I'm making my line here. My dart is created now. My dart is created now. Now I'm taking this thing, this which you call a French curve. So I'm gonna be curving. Okay, I want everybody to see when I'm curving. You see the curve. The curve doesn't have to be that. You do with the curve. Other people, they like to, they want to see that it is curved. It's not a big deal, that curving. And then you let's do this. Let's do this. Because remember, we are doing a straight cut. Square it. We're going to square it down. We're going to square it down now. Here we got our skirt. And then this is the hem part. This is the hem part. You see our skirt is finished now? If now is the front, if now is your skirt is the front, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this arrow that shows that it is now on fold. Ne? This is called your grain line. Now, your grain is showing that now your skirt now is on fold. Ne? And then you write center front. Ne? Your center front is on fold. Now, this one is not going to be, but when you are drafting in a Nandu, you just go around and do this other skirt as well, same as this one. Yeah, and then you just differ with the line. But I'm worried that we're not gonna get the 20. Let me check if we're gonna get the 27.5 here. Oh, we do get it. Oh, we get it. We get the 27.5. All right. Okay. This is your center front. Ne? So the front is unfold. Front, unfold, and then you write cut times 1, ne? Because you're going to cut times 1, unfold again. So you write here your skirt, front, ne? So this is your dart. Now the same thing that we have done in here, we're gonna go here and hi all of you guys, Sprinda, Timaya and Blackman, all of you guys who are here, thank you for joining us. We are busy in class, so I'm gonna make I'm gonna square this one out, guys. I'm gonna square this one out. I'm squaring to get it here. I'm supposed to have that long ruler. I think I've got one at home. That is mine. I need to bring it here so that it will help us, because we're going to be struggling with this one. Let me hold it like this. There we go, I got it. Because here we need to get the angle for drafting. Remember, this time around, we are drafting from here, going to this side. Again, we are no longer drafting from here, going this side. Now we are drafting from here, going this side. Yeah? So we said we have 21.5. Okay. I want these guys to see. I want them to see. I don't know how you can see. Why is this thing moving? Can you see, guys? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we said, to you guys who were not here when we started, ne? We said, we've got this waist, ne? The waist circumference, yaga murubi, is 82 centimeters. Hips is 109 centimeters. So everything in here is divided by 4. Remember why? Do you remember why we say it's divided by 4? Because you got cut times 2 in front and cut times 2 at the back. So it's either you cut times 2 on the fold of the fabric, or you cut times 2 not on the fold of the fabric, which is it will come out with 2 pieces that you're gonna sew together. Usually it happens when you wanna put a zip, ne? So you don't cut on fold. But when you cut on fold, sometimes when you make something like a dress that is cut on fold, both sides, that doesn't have a zip, Sometimes what they do, they put a zip here on the side. Ne? So the zip is here from down here, like a school uniform. They put a zip here, ne? So that you can get an allowance of getting in and getting out. Now, here we said everything here is divided by 4. Ne? It's the waist here is 82 centimeters. So because the waist is 82 centimeters, it has to be divided by 4. Because the reason why it has to be divided by 4 is because it's cut times 2 of the front and cut times 2 of the back. So that one you understand. Ne? Everyone understands. And then the hips as well, it's divided by 4, ne? Because it also falls in there, cut times 2 at the back and cut times 2 at the front. Ne? So, we divided 109 by 4, we got 27.25, but we put it to the nearest decimal and we made it 27.5 because we were afraid that we don't have that type of experience of converting the millimeters and all that. Even if your pattern is bigger with few millimeters, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Yeah. So now here we are going from that edge to this side. Remember now we are doing the back. Ne? From that side to this side. So we are going at 24.5. This 3 is for the dad's allowance. Ne? Yeah. So let's take it, let's do it. Let's do the 24.5. I have to disturb you guys. 24.5. 9. 24, 9.5. Neighbor? 24, 9.5. So we are putting it here. So I said the dart, I go from there about 15 centimeters to place a dart. Here is the dart, the place of the dart, 15 centimeters from the edge to here. Now, in the dart now, I'm making 1.5 times 2 again. 1.5 here. 1.5 here. Now, after doing the 1.5 in both sides, I have to square the line for the dart. I didn't square at first, so I'm thinking that it might give you a problem. It might give you a problem because me, I'm using my experience. You are not experiencing this. So we say the dart will be about 9 centimeters long. Ne? You can make it 7 centimeters, but we decided to make it 9 centimeters long. Here's the center of our dart. Now we're gonna draw the dart. And we're gonna draw the dart. We draw. Now we go about 20 centimeters, ne? And then we get our hip line. Ne? 20 centimeters, we get our hip line. Here's our hip line. Ne? Here's our hip line here. Now, we're gonna use the French curve. We're gonna use the French curve now. Here, the French curve. You see now? You see the French curve? We are curving our side. This thing is moving when I'm... And then it joins in the line of this one and goes like this, and then we just, that's how we do it when we are cutting a skirt, or it's either you make them in this one thing. You know that when you are cutting the front is going to unfold, the back is not unfold. Obviously, you're still going to trace this thing out and make a working pattern. This is just only a block pattern. Now, here's your block pattern. Now, this is the back. This is called as a center back. Where you're going to be putting your zip. So this center back now, it is not unfold. Again. So if it is not unfold, the green line is going to be straight. It's going to have a straight green line like this. Umsebenzi we-green line guide is to guide you when you are cutting, not to cut across the grain. Remember what I always say? Yeah, it guides you with the grain, so that you don't cut across the grain. You cut in connection with the grain. Now, ufuna isiketi sakhe sibe ngu-50 centimeters long. Now, une-hemline. I-hemline nayo, you add it. Njengoba besi-edile i-dances. You add the hemline. Guys, don't make a mistake of not adding the hemline. And the seam allowances. We're going to talk about the seam allowances now, because now we are done with the drafting. And now the drafting it's not okay. Labu Coca-Cola. Labu Minacon. You see now, guys? Now, in this now, we are done with the actual drafting. Anybody can see. We are done with the actual drafting. Now, in the drafting now, this is your block pattern. Guys? This is your block pattern. From the block pattern, you go into a working pattern. A working pattern, you just take a tracing paper, you put a paper on top of this one. You put this one that you have drafted, on top of the one that you want to trace to. Then you go with the tracing paper. And then after that, then you draw a spore. Then you add your seam allowances now. In each side. Here, because your skirt is on the center front, your center front is on fold, you do not add any seam allowance. Are we clear, guys? Anything that is on fold, you don't add seam allowance. Are we clear? Your seam allowances now are going to be coming on the side seams, where you're going to be sewing your pattern together. Now here, you are putting now your seam allowance. I'm going to do a traffic because I'm doing in the same thing. Guys? But you do understand what I'm trying to say again. You add your seam allowance, your 1.5. Same thing you do this side, you add your seam allowance, this side as well, going down. You understand, Ampo? Yes. Now, with the place where you're going to put your zip, which is your bag. Your bag, you're going to put your zip. Ne? You add 2 centimeters, which is your seam allowance. At any place where you want to put a zip, you add 2 centimeters seam allowance. Are we clear, guys? Write it down so that you don't forget. Write it down. Where there is zip, you must put 2 centimeters seam allowance. Where there is no zip, you make 1.5 seam allowance. In that 1.5, it is the one that is going to allow you to overlock. Actually, the actual seam that you are supposed to have is 1 centimeter. Ne? Because the 5 millimeter, yenzele ukuthi overlock ngayo, ufa ona nxa overlock ngayo uyahunya. Ne? So that 5 millimeter is catered for that. Uzosala yena usenayo i-1 centimeter eyi-seam allowance. Some people they make seam allowance in everything, especially the people that are doing traditional things. They make seam allowance 2 centimeters everywhere. So that when they overlock, they are left with 1.5. But the rule and the law, your fashion designing, it states your seam allowance must be 1.5 centimeters, where there is not going to be a zip. Where there is going to be a zip, it must be 2 centimeters. So you understand, guys? We can draft a skirt and wear it. Do you think so? Anyone who wants to start first and come and draft? Here. You wrote most everything down again. You're gonna help her with the measurements. Again. Yeah. Hello. Umpo was here from the beginning.
Let's try. How many centimeters?
What is how many centimeters?
Huh?
What is how many centimeters?
On a hem.
The hem is always about 4 centimeters. When it is a straight cut, it's always 4 centimeters. The suggestion here for fashion design, your hem must be 4 centimeters. Only if it's flare, you cannot hem 4 centimeters when something is flare. Some people, they do it 1 centimeter. Some they do 1.5 centimeters, depending on the flare, because when it is flare, it's difficult to hem it. Yeah. So here, you guys understand, you're going to help her out.
Yeah, we'll try, man. Let's try to draft.
All right. Let me go and... There's your thing. Can I get a chair? Me, can I get a chair? Me, I'm sitting. It's my turn to sit now. Why don't you write down the measurements so that you know that you write your waist is 24.5 and then your hips is 27.5. Ooh, this chair, guys. Please bring me my chair, please. What, guys? What, this chair? It's like I'm a pampoon sitting in the toilet now. You are wasting the space that you are supposed to be drawing in Marupi. Now I know it's fine, Marupi. Continue, right the length. Thank you, madam. You are in class. John, please go to the toilet, please, John. Don't disturb us here. We are serious. John is saying, can I please go to the toilet? Go to the toilet, John. Awa. No.
We started by writing a blog, ne? Let's see. Rule again,
By Bishalo, by Springer.
By 4 again.
Yes.
Therefore, 20.5.
Hey, she forgot it's 21.5. Yes, you see now. Ulibet, no. 21.5. And then the hips. You divide by 4. 27.5. And then in the 21.5 of your waistline, what is the 3 for?
3 for that.
The similar ones you add it when you are done with everything. It's the that. That is D-A-R-T-S. D-A-R-T-S. Yeah, when it's a collective of dots, it's dots. A collective of dots. Mar one plural is dot. D-A-R-T. Ne guys?
This
Yeah.
is for that.
Yeah.
We are measuring, we're measuring 24.5.
Square out your entire line. Square out your entire line so that you can be able to work freely. No. Square out. Square out. Yes. Tomala. Yeah. Toma this side. Ruby. Okay. No, not that way. Turn it the other way around. Yeah, you can do it like that. You can do it like that. Yeah. You're gonna know that exactly you are. Yeah. When you are squaring, guys, you have to.
Then
you are in class 2, my king. Lunch is at 1. What lunch is at 1 or at 2? Springer, you are in class. Okay, continue being in class. Yeah, just make your square is. That's gonna help you. Go down, square it down, yes. That's why we have to have that 1 centimeter ruler. We use it for yeah, because that one here swing. Your line, yeah. So you guys, you're gonna participate in it. This time around, I'm not saying anything. It's your turn now. No, I'm just gonna listen and correct way. Because you know what, I want you to be able now, out of this one now that she's doing, I want you to be able to say, I can draft it on my own. I can draft it on my own. I can be able to do it on my own. Do you want it?
Then is a block.
Yeah. It's a block pattern. It's a block pattern. Wow. It's a block what? Hello, Springer, my king. How are you, my king? I'm in class. I'm wearing a dupe because it's raining outside. My Lena now is doing itself now.
24 plus.
My Lena is doing self now. is doing safe. Look at my Lena now. It's her turn to be doing it.
Ya marca. 24.5.
Amen. Your ruler, your jonga, your tape must start from Naso. Askis. It balances. Balance. Yeah.
Ma'am, it's still from
Your shiny thing must not be outside of the line. It must be inclusive. I get your 1 centimeter start from that shiny thing. So she cut it off some 5 millimeters. All right. It's 20.
24.5
All right.
centimeter.
All right.
Then
I want to ask you something. You speak about 2 or 5.4 centimeters.
5.4 for what?
I want to know that 5.1 because here you don't write 5.4
5.4
coming from like
you get 5.4.
Be 5.4.
Waist, born. Waist 82 centimeter. And then I divide that by 4. You have 21.5. Right at that 3 at that. I get you have 24.5 centimeter. Wait. Kim guy. 109 109 centimeter.
no, don't go far.
Oh.
I want to
You understand?
from like
Then you are satisfied for that.
I understand 3 centimeters. Once you go there into the tape, she says she made
And they said
measure
24.5 is that one. 24.5 centimeter is
Remember,
measurement.
okay, just explain to her how did we go off about getting 24.5 centimeter. Just tell her how did we get about getting that.
Keep measuring my hips, yeah, 82 centimeter.
Not your hips, your waist.
Yeah, my waist. Then pattern is a quarter of the front, half yeah 82. I get half from here to here. Yeah, 40.41.
41.
41.
It was 41.
Half from here. Quarter. Quarter half yeah my waist.
Guys,
41.
don't confuse it. I said to you, everything is cut times 2 again. The front you cut times 2 for the front. And then it's cut times 2 for the back. Does your skirt have a zip?
I don't know. I unfolding.
Doesn't have a zip. Mar. Can you not the jacket so that we can demonstrate?
Prudence. Relation.
I want to know what
Amen, guys. This is the skirt, the full circle of the waistline. Now, look at this skirt. This skirt has got a seam here. This skirt has got a seam here. This is the front. You see, this is the front. This is this part. This is the front. This is this part. I get it. Waistline like the whole waist circumference like it's 82. Now everything is divided by 2. Reason divided by 2. There's a reason why it's divided by 2. There is a front and there is a back. Do you understand that one? Understand it perfectly. Because if you don't understand that one, you get lost.
So remember, if it was divided by 2, you can't unfold.
If unfolded,
I get it is head so. There was cut unfold now.
It depends.
So it's
on whatever skirt I'm making. But now we are making a block pattern. Okay, you guys relate. It's your late coming that's forcing me. I've said all skirts, they come from a block pattern, yes, straight cut skirt or a pencil skirt. All skirts. And then after that, they get manipulated into different patterns, different styles, different this, different that. Ne? But now, what we are dealing with here, we are dealing with a block pattern of a straight cut skirt. I will come to manipulation of the skirt. If you want to put some pleats on, I will show you how do you manipulate that. Are you getting me, guys? Now, Umurubi now is trying now to draft the front, telling me the front part of the skirt, what you don't understand. Ne? This skirt, the front yard. This part, because Umurubi is 82 centimeters waistline yake, and 109 centimeters hip line yake. Here, she's got 41. Do you understand? Then I see when somebody understands, somebody doesn't understand. Prudence does not understand. Prudence, I said, the circumference yake yonke iphelele is 82 centimeters. The whole circumference. Now, when we are drafting, we are dividing it in a half. Because, why are we dividing it in a half? Because we have the front and the back. Do you guys understand? Now, the front, you're going to divide it in a half as well when you are drafting. Because you cannot put it all of it here. Yeah, one. So, when you are drafting the front, you are drafting it now as a half of this. But you're going to placing it on a half of a fabric, which is going to give you this full part. Are you getting it? Yeah. Now, you also now have this. You see now there's a seam here, but there's no seam. That is the back. There's a seam here, but there's no seam. Because they use a stretch material, they know that she can be able to come in here on top. Yeah, what? So understand? So I wanted to understand why are we working with 24.5 and working with 27.5 instead of now talking about the whole service. Seven, how did we get about getting that? So understand? So now you can be able to draft your own skirt. Listen carefully to Murupine, and then we're gonna see you drafting a skirt. Alright. I want you to draft the skirt, ne? Prudence. Guys, I want everyone, when you are done here, I want you to be able to. This is the simplest method. If I use the national method, you're gonna be so confused. Because it talks about from point band to point band, go 20 centimeters to your left, 20 centimeters diagonal, 20 centimeters don't. Yeah, but so we are with you guys in a short course. We are using this easy method so that you can be able to understand it. Because it's time consuming when you are doing the all right. Okay. Hi, Cherry Potter.
Top to down.
La videos live. To 2 a.m. I drove. You want to know when is lunch? You are in class.
It's only about 20 minutes. You came about 20 minutes.
I'm here with you guys. Cherry Potter, I'm here with you. Brittany Simpson, hi.
From top to down.
I'm working on a skirt pattern, the street cut skirt pattern. We are doing a street cut skirt pattern. Let me show you how she's the learner now. She's doing it. I've done doing it for them now. I want them now to understand it and do it on their own. I'm going to be showing you how she does it.
1.5.
Imele qale ngalo mntana wena ume wonke uvale yonke indawo. I don't think important siyabona.
Top to down 20 centimeters.
When, in the issue of the hips, guys, I said if somebody is full figured, ne? Uhlaka 23. Yes. This one is for people. Yes, for people like me. I go 23 centimeters. Yeah. All of you who've got the right things in the right places, you go
27.5. From here, 27.5 area. Relevant 20 like them.
And I'm working.
Hips, measurement
Janet Space, hi, how are you, Janet? How are you, Janet? I'm in class now. My learner is drafting the skirt now. I've already shown them. She's the one who's doing it, the drafting now. Square. Use a square. Yes. When you're squaring, it must be on line. It must be on that line. Yes. Yeah, thank you. It must be on that line. It will assure you that your squaring is in line. Draw a line. Draw a line. This is your hip line. Draw a line. That is your hip line. Now, in your dart, measure 9 centimeters down and make a dot and square down.
From top to down, measure 9 centimeters. I get.
Yeah. No, a square. Square it so that it can be square it from up, down. No. Square. You're not squaring now, you're ruling. When you're squaring something, yes.
Okay, like this.
Yes. It must be in the line, straight in that line, and then that's how you square. And then you roll it. You close your dart. So that is called making a dart now. Ne? You see how she makes the dart? Now stand on the side. Now,
Then
close.
closer.
Yeah.
Our
A French curve.
We are 20 centimeters.
She curves up to the 20 centimeter line, which is the hip line.
We come out of
ingin
our
This thing is
But
it goes
I straight.
So, you can go as good as you
Una
want.
cafe o
Cafe one night.
Ehe.
When I said one check out, you know, to it one night.
Uchomeka 12.
12 hours, I might have a drink to say,
Yeah, you must have a little bit of the yeah, not too much. And then it's gonna go down like this. No, you're not gonna use this one. I'm just gonna use you're gonna use it. This yeah. Yeah, two square ruler. This is a square ruler. You must have a ruler. It's a square ruler. Ma? It yeah, yeah. You can do it that way, yeah, or you can do it the other way that you were doing, yeah. Yeah, fat. Then you're just gonna add it. Yeah. Yeah. You see now, the front now is done. The front is done now. Ubali, bala that. Udi write that. Hawa, it's on the deadline. Hawa.
What is this?
You guys are gonna teach the guys who are not here today. When they arrive tomorrow, I'm making to you and take over the class. Show them what you learned yesterday. The hip line. That is the hip line. Just write hip line. No, next to it, just write hip line. Or go fast. Just write hip line. Yeah. Write hip line. Hip line. What sign is that? What is this sign? What is it called? What is it called? The line that she's doing. The line that she's doing. What is it called? What is the line called? The line. The name of the line.
Green line.
Line.
Green line.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Unfold line.
What is it called? That line that she's drawing there. That line she's drawing there. She's drawing there too.
Unfold.
I want to hear the pronunciation of the word. What is it called? A green line. Is it a green line?
No, it's unfold.
Is it a green line? There's no unfold what here. Suganina. Grain line. Grain line. Not a green line. Grain line. Hi, you guys. I'm busy saying grain line. What line? What line? Grain. The grain line.
Oh, the green line. Not over green.
Grain line.
fold.
Yeah. Grain line. Cut times 1 unfold.
Yeah, you know, that there, Grain line.
You must write there is a skirt front.
Mna re potso green line.
I think I don't know what me.
Yeah.
Na ro green line. Ka go di siwa gra bargain dol.
What is that line?
Bargain.
What is that line that she's drawing?
Hem.
Ah, kay bata kay kumela hemline. Kubasevile ba? Hemline 4 centimeters. When your skirt is a straight cut skirt or anything like that is straight, it must be 4 centimeters. Your grain line must be 4 centimeters. Your hemline must be 4 centimeters. Unless your skirt is a circular skirt or something like that. It must be 4 centimeters.
Mathata. Problem.
Then line must be 4 centimeters. If it's flat, there is no
We've got a new teacher in class. Yes, teacher. Teacher Marubi. Yes, teacher Marubi on YouTube. Teacher Marubi on YouTube.
Yo, this is our draft. Let us.
What's that?
What?
The black.
Oh, we must die to be a
But it's the same. It's the same,
It's the
guys.
same, Mara. Ah, Lena Mar. Na ke go se o tlhola prudence ka thoko. Ke bana.
It is 24 and a half.
24 and a half a grade lam.
Yes.
You
You
same. Ke same ka magram.
Yeah, it's going to be the same day. No, but there you must.
You see a copa?
No, it's supposed to have gone 20 centimeters down. Ma'am, go 20 centimeters down there
Okay.
and make a dot.
Kana. Ubola ka ngwane.
Is the hemline, is the hip line, the dot that she's making, that is 20 centimeters, is the hip line. Hip line is 20 centimeters. From the waistline going down, it's 20 centimeters. That's where you find your hip line. Your hip line.
How about the place where we want to swing? You don't say
Seam,
down, man.
the hem,
Line.
the hemline, yes. It's the hemline.
Ela gra sa bolela le se di bushishitsi mo ke.
What I mean?
Ela nga se bolela ke le bushishitsi.
How long did you go down for your dad?
9 centimeters.
9 centimeters. You are a teacher, you must explain. I've explained to you.
Batho mme ba lepelela ba.
Eh, what kind of a teacher is this one?
Square the dad. Square the dad.
She's squaring. She's squaring. She's squaring.
Next pattern ma.
Oh, measure from where we are going to
Bob, you measure 15 centimeters.
To get the that line.
When you start from left to the
From the not
From the back center front.
from the back.
And it is a back center front that one goes like that. This is a front center. This is the center front. Now that is the center back. This is the center front, the one that is making a fold green line. And that one now she's starting at now is the center back. She went from the center back 15 centimeters to get the point for the dart. Yeah. Even here in the front, she went from the center front 15 centimeters to get the point for the dart.
ke mo ka re tlo tlhaba mme mapela ke re sa
Keva. Curve again.
Aka thala post. Agar ke 25 again. Kumga
24 and a half.
25 and a half agar
24 and a half.
24 and a half. She
Yes. Make it dot.
She agar ke really dot. She.
Your dot is so small you can't even see it when you're yourself. Yeah. Now curve. That is your hip line now. Go up so that you can get a little bit of a curve. Yes.
Next pattern.
There you go.
Next pattern. What that one?
What is that ruler called? What is this ruler called?
French rules.
French curve.
Oh, French curve.
Yes.
Kumga mo Rosani now explain.
Hemline. Right there, your hip line. On the hip line, right hip line. So that they can understand. And then
Gana set front.
skate back. Ah, skate front. Hi, teacher. You are misleading us, teacher. Skate back. Cut times two.
2 again.
Not unfold. Cut times 2. The one is written cut times 1, unfold. You understand?
Green line.
The green line. It's cutted on the straight of the grain.
Green line.
Make the hemline, miss. Ma'am, make the hemline.
Urida make again. Nali purani jadi dia beri inshallah. Wala ria.
What did you get hatching?
Aba obalo kamem. Ba jeshila lila kamem. Serious. Sina jarna ya gege. Nayar na ya gege. Ajage. Utu katagan. Done guys.
Hey, Murupi. Hey, teacher Murupi.
Sabara thalu sagre ile na ko ni.
Teacher Murupi.
From left side, how many centimeters?
Where?
From left hand side for hips.
Guys, we said when you are going to the dot, when you are going to the dot line, from the center front, which is the center front. Okay, go in.
So it's the center front.
Yes.
Oh, it's the center front.
It's on fold.
From the center front to the back.
15 centimeters.
15 centimeters.
Yes.
From the data to the hips.
No, it doesn't matter that one because we were just wanting to find the dot point.
Okay.
The dot point.
It's not on fold. I would jam with like you don't look at it. Okay.
Even on that side, on the center back, coming here to get the dot line, we went 15 centimeters.
What I forget.
What did you forget?
Sim allowance. I got at the 1.5 years sim allowance.
I know you're not sim allowance. Isha because it's supposed to be done separately. Yeah. Yeah. So we are done now with the pattern. Yeah. Yeah, what we then? Come, let us see. Let us see here. I want to show my people how the drafting of the skirt went. Kayanat, what is that? Kainat Fatma. Hi, Kainat Fatma. We are drafting a skirt here. We are drafting a block skirt. You get us in the middle of it. Here is how it looks like when it's done. Here is how it looks like. Here the measurements, how they did it. You first take your waist measurements, you divide it by 4, everything you get to divide by 4, and then you add your 3 centimeter dart allowance. Here's the dart allowance, yes. Here is the dart allowance, you add the 3 centimeter dart allowance here on your waistline where you're gonna be making your dart. Where you're gonna be making your dart. This allowance, it was added. It was the 3 centimeters that was added in here. It's for this dart. So that when you are making this dart, your skirt doesn't become small. Now, when you are done with everything in there, it's only then now you will add your seam allowances. Yes. Yeah. 13 years. It's supposed to be 23.5. Yeah. The half year 82 is 41. Ne? And then the half of 41, it was 20.25. And then we converted it into 20. Yeah, we made a mistake. Yeah, and then not everyone saw it. Not everyone saw the mistake. Yeah. But mine is 23 and a half. Mine is 23 and a half. This one that, when I looked.
Correct, ma'am. Correct the pattern, but correct that calculations.
No, it's fine. The calculations are the same. The calculation here is 20 and a half.
20 and
Not 20, not 20 at 21. It's 20 and a half. That becomes 23 and a half.
23 and a half.
Yeah. Because 3 is for the seam allowance. 3 is for the seam allowance. Yeah. So we are good, guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Is there anyone else who would love to go and draft and remind themselves? Hi, my queen. Hi, Nena. Hi, my angel.
Queen may move forward to another.
Don't say go forward to another. You go there and draft. For me to understand that, I know for the fact to I understand. Because I started the first one with her. When are you go and do that? I'm your drafter. I'm your ones. We wanna see you. We wanna see you, Ma'am Prudence. Go. Go, Prudy. Go, Prudy. Go, Prudy. You are going home? We are born. I want to see a skirt that you have done, Prudence. I want to see a skirt. Take another page, ma'am. Ma'am, you are taking the center. We've got a new ma'am in the podium now. She's going to teach us. Ma'am Po. We are in the classroom, yeah, Ma'am Po. Write the measurements. If you want to do your...
Measure your hips, your waist.
Who's gonna measure you, ma'am? Prudy wants to go and measure. Go, Prudy. Go, Prudy. Go, Prudy.
Ma? Give me a shilling.
In the centimeters.
Ngap.
Prudence doesn't even know centimeters. After showing so many things, Prudence, you are greener now. You are greening me live. She's greening me live.
Come again.
Hey.
Oh.
Mookie. Eh.
How will you measure it?
Yeah.
Wait.
Waist pili.
I can almost like it to villages.
Ah. Pagamis. Mpo. Yes. Hi.
I'm not going to
How many centimeters?
76. Which are the song again?
And the hips? Ishakanyan? Okay. Those are the hips. Kima.
Hips is 59.
Aye. Are you calling to that? Are you calling? The inches list. Naba uthiwa umpho akekho akusoze ube ngu-59. Kiman,
Ma?
what measurements is those?
Oh, 95.
You tell me. So not how umpho akekho akusoze ube ngu-59.
Oh, 95, you are 50.
Noma kuthiwa awukho mpho angekhe.
I see her.
Is that? Let me see. I'm not. No, I'm just saying it cannot be 50.
95.
40. Yeah, 94, 94. 94. 90.
Okay,
Yeah, no, Prudence, Ubadala.
95.
Yeah, you count this place. Yeah, then you shine a Abipela Pond. And this is the measurement. It's 95.
94.
Yeah. 94. Yes. Now you are done. You are done, Prudence. From the waistline to where she wants it to end. Make it the same length as the skirt she's wearing.
68.
68. Let me see. When our bone is up, hold it there. Hold it there. Let's see. Yeah, 68. 68.
That's why it's 60.
76 divided by 4. We are drafting now. 22. Uh-uh. Plus when you are cutting, when you are making the final pattern to cut.
Ba re šomiša ke ruler, the square ruler.
The French ruler.
And
Uh-huh.
measuring tape.
And measuring
Just
tape.
like this one is a pencil.
Yes.
Again,
Start with your square ruler.
You draw what do you draw, ma'am?
She's drawing a line. Square. Ma'am? Ma'am? Square. Like this. No. From the top. Square from the top. Yes. Square down. Yeah. Down and on the right. Down and on the right. And right. There you go. You're gonna add now. Add now on your line that goes down. Add. Edisha, uyefathi. Yeah. Still on that line of your curving.
The ruler, ma'am, will be this. Square is a size of a drape,
Now, squarish now, go down. I need it here. I need here you have squared. I need to square it. So you can still take from the same line that you squared with. Yeah, what? It gives you the same measurement. And then you can. Otherwise, you use a long square ruler that you don't join and join and join.
Pencils, tips, stretch.
Yes.
You are doing pencil, stretch.
my waist is 22, is 19 centimeter plus 3 centimeter for the dart is equals to 22 centimeter again.
So now that umempho yena umncane la, ne? She's not gonna go with 15. She'll go about 9 to get your dart point.
9 centimeter.
Yeah, to get your dart point.
You took a couple of fingers, 9 centimeters, then 15.
Ma'am, take this thing and put it like much from Benoit. Measure 9 centimeters. And make that point your dart point. Because remember, if she goes 15 here, we shall pick. You must use your own discretion now. Yeah. Your waistline. Your 22 waistline, where your waistline ends, and make it and make a mark. A dot that you'll be able to see now. Don't make a dot that you cannot see. From that dot, go 20 centimeters down. It's going to be your hip line. It's going to be your hip line. Not hemline, it's hip line. Tata ngehem, ihem sezantsi. Mafelelong. Yo, hayi awuthetha into enye na akuviwa la. Yenzi lokhu. What's happening here? Two, 9. It's too narrow. Let's make that at 12. Let's make it at 12 or at 11. So, let's make it at 12 or at 11. Because the reason why, I'm going to show you now. This is 1.5 for the cut line, and this is 1.5, this is 1.5 for the cut line. And you see now the space. Okay. So now you have to pull under. Yeah, yes. Square. Square, you know, yes, the line. Yeah. Now you can rule your dot. You can rule your dot. You've got your hip line now. Take your French curve and rule your hip line. Take your French curve and rule your hip line. Nyuka phezulu. Does it make a curve?
When we come to Michigan, don't say, Hey, I want one.
Nanti bicara na lain yang mana ada orang kini senti jadi. Orang tu orang lain tu kayak mana? Eh?
Yela cha o kefa mem.
Lain sih, lepas lepas tu kita lain sih ada orang pas.
It begins.
Remember ini jual kan?
Ye.
Remember from the front to what?
Isla.
Para isam.
Eh?
Isam. Kira mo mem kiri kefi na.
Kira-kira macam tu juga kita kalau kita mau nak, kalau kita nak syukur Allah untuk itu sendiri.
Yilando. Squarish.
Ila ka mo jiji da yona. Wait.
Squarish it down. Hi guys. Hi. I'm back.
Kita jalan mo tala jumu tere.
I'm back. Talk to me. Talk to me. My children are practicing now. Talk to me.
Hala bisa fast. Hala kamu. Hala bisa fast. Very fast. Orang nyanyi.
Yeah. What is that you are asking? You are asking what is 10 minus 9? Hi, you. Brittany Sims.
Itu lagi penyanyi. Kau tu awak kalau bikin mesti mat mana? Wow.
Brittany Sim, thank you for the comment, my queen. Brittany Simpson is saying, she's going down a bit to the hemline. Brittany Simpson is saying, oh, perfect. I did 1-2 for my daughter and it used so much more fabric than I thought it would. Thank you for showing us and sharing. All right.
So you are laying down.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me, guys. Thank you for staying with me. Kayema Fatima. Yeah, thank you guys for staying with me. I was just taking one of those stolen moments and going on. So, what is the time? It's 20 past 10, 12, 11. You wanna go on lunch? Yeah. All right, go on lunch then. Umpa must finish. And then you can go on lunch. Thank you guys. Thank you for the joining. I will end the live now. To those who have joined me, thank you so much. I didn't think that I was gonna take this long. Thank you. God bless. To those who have joined us in the live, God bless you guys. God bless you.